Hi everyone, welcome back. And for those of you that are visiting us for the first time, my name is Beverley. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Dancer Forever. Last time we had a chat, well, this is my third video, so I'm still going to look at my notes. It's still going to be a little bit awkward at times, but hopefully it will be fantastic today. The last time that we talked about Alvin Ailey, and Ailey's goal was to really create a multicultural dance company. He was really about inclusivity. Today we're going to talk about one of his teachers, Martha Graham. And she was a great lady, and he learned a lot from her. And for those of you that don't know about Martha Graham, you've never heard of her, I'm just going to give you a little brief overview of what a wonderful artist, dancer, and choreographer that she was. And so I'll just give you a little bit of a history lesson. This is particularly interesting for me and really personal for me because in the early 1980s, I studied at the Martha Graham Dance School for 2 years. I was a trainee there. It was when they were on 63rd Street in Manhattan. And it was absolutely the best 2 years of my life. I gained my diploma/certificate there as a trainee at the school. And I do remember meeting Martha at one time, and I really got the feeling that she was a very gracious, elegant lady. But the thing about her that was really memorable is she really, when you met her, you really felt like you were in the presence of greatness. It wasn't like some Joe Schmo down the street. She had an aura of humbleness, but brilliant. So, she was wonderful because Martha created a new language in dance. She reshaped American dance, and her technique is still taught worldwide today. She was born on May 11, 1894 in Pennsylvania. So she's a Taurus, just like me. I was born May 15. Like Ailey, she moved to California when she was 14. I believe Alvin Ailey was 13 when he moved to California. And it's just amazing. You know, at that age, 13 or 14, children are quite impressionable. Maybe it was all that California sun that really, gave rise to brilliant artists such as Graham and Alvin Ailey. Anyway, when she moved there, her father was a doctor, and I think that his influence as a doctor really introduced her to the body and the inner workings of the body. She always said that one of her favorite things that her father said was, "The body never lies." You can always tell what was happening with a person, or what kind of person they were, or what they were going through in their lives, whether they were sad or happy or, bored or whatever. You could always tell. The body never lies. And Graham really used that idea in her choreography. Her formal training started when she, in 1910, she took classes at the Denishon School, which was run by Ruth St. Denis and Ted Schlon. And they had a very stylized version of dance. And Martha was there until 1923. And she was one of their premier dancers. But in 1926, she went out on her own to start her own company. And she did her own choreography, actually. There were 18 solos and trios. And she was happy with the work, I think, but not completely happy because it was mostly all Denishon work. And Graham wasn't really like that. She really wanted to, like choreographers, past, present, and future, she wanted to create her own thing, her own, put her own stamp on the dance world. And that, she really did manage to do that. Throughout her lifetime, she created 181 works, and some of her works that were very famous were Clytemnestra, Appalachian Spring, Lamentation, Cave of the Heart, etc., etc. In the beginning, she really focused a lot on Americana and its pioneering spirit, and also the Greek tragedies. She really told a lot of the Greek myths from a woman's point of view. She really examined the woman's psyche and how they related to the world. And in her dance vocabulary, her dance technique that she created two very particular things: the contraction and the release. The contraction was derived from a stylized concept of breathing. I think it utilized yoga a lot. You know, the contraction, the body going in, and release, the body releasing to a straight back. And also the spiral in the body on an angle. And the spiral was to counter the more percussive and staccato movements in her vocabulary. It added the spiral shape to the vocabulary of her technique to incorporate a sense of fluidity and lyrical gentleness. When I was at the school, I was more of a lyrical dancer. It was easier or more natural for me to move lyrically as opposed to percussively, even though I could do that, and I enjoyed both. In the beginning, Graham really wanted to move away from ballet. She wanted to create a new vocabulary. She wanted to tell about the basic human emotions. She really wanted to strip away all the decorative movements and costuming of ballet and talk about the human condition. For me, Graham was really a woman's dancer. The pelvis was sacrosanct, and all movement for her began there, in the pelvis. She wasn't an openly women's liber or suffragette. She loved and admired men, but she firmly believed in a woman's independence and strength. And that she was through her whole life. She was a strong, independent woman that created a new dance language and a company that lasted over 100 years, and they're still going. She won many awards. She won the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 1976. She was the first dancer to dance at the White House. And also Google, oddly enough, they created a logo for her for one day, and it was dedicated to her life and legacy. And she was amazing, and I really enjoyed watching her work and performing with her. And there's one thing that I want to say that she really brought to, you know, if you want to be an artist or a painter or a musician or a dancer, you know, we all go through times when we're not confident. But there was one thing that Graham said to a friend of hers, Agnes DeMille, who was a very famous choreographer. Agnes said to her one day, she said, "I had a burning desire to be excellent, but no faith that I could be." And Graham's told her, her response was, there is a vitality, a life force, an energy, a quickening that is translated through you into action. And because there's only one of you in all of time, this expression is unique. And if you block it, it will never exist through any other medium, and it will be lost. Basically, be you. Lock into your genius. Persevere. Keep moving forward, one foot in front of the other. You will be successful. I've added a few links at the bottom where you can see many of Graham's performances, Lamentation, Cave of the Heart, Appalachian Spring. Have a look. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you love this talk. And also, have a look at her book, Martha Graham, Blood Memory, an Autobiography. See you next time.